Paul Stanley, I know I have never been a fan of you. I don't believe in what you are doing. But, this particular deal, the Ricardo Calafiori deal, I beg you, do everything in your power to bring Ricardo Calafiori to the club. And then, I will trust you, Paul Stanley. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Football Insights. 1K subscribers. 1K subscribers. Massive shout out to everybody who have been supporting this particular movement, all the people, all the boys behind this particular channel. Big shout outs to, I cannot mention names, big shout outs to all the boys who have been supporting this channel from day one. We are at 1K subscribers, one step to monetization. So please watch the videos from this channel so that we can get to the monetization of this particular channel. So big shout outs to everybody who have been supporting this movement. This is a transfer related video. I told you the transfer related video will come. So this is a transfer related video. Tomorrow is Friday. So probably tomorrow and then Saturday we'll be playing, the Euros. So the review will also be here, but this is a transfer video. In this particular video, we'll be talking about Ricardo Calafiori, the Maldini Calafiori, Lucas Paqueta. There is a news about Lucas Paqueta. We'll be talking about Lucas Paqueta, João Palhinha, the structure of Manchester United. I mean the sporting structure of Manchester United. And then Erik Ten Hag has signed a new deal. The Ten Hag boy, the Ten Hag man, the era man has signed a 2-year deal. We'll be talking about that one too. And then Nicolo Zaniolo, this boy is suffering. We'll be talking about Nicolo Zaniolo too. So click on the subscribe button, press the post notification bell. This is Football Inside. Let's get straight into the video. So we are starting with Nicolo Zaniolo. Nicolo Zaniolo to Atlanta Bergamo. Nicolo Zaniolo to Atlanta Bergamo. It is here we go. Nicolo Zaniolo is moving from Galatasaray. He was a Galatasaray player. I think they bought him for around 30-something million. He came on a loan at Aston Villa. He didn't do much. Personally, the Nicolo Zaniolo and then the performance he gave to Aston Villa, I think he did well at Aston Villa, but it doesn't look like Aston Villa wants him to stay. It doesn't look like they want to buy him. So Nicolo Zaniolo is moving straight to Galatasaray again. So it means he's a Galatasaray player, so he has to go to Galatasaray. But then Atalanta has come in for Nicolo Zaniolo. I think the deal is 6 million loan fee and then 12 million obligation to buy. That is the quoted amount there. But transfer fees it can differ. This one will be quoting another one. Fabrizio Romano will be quoting another one. Rudy Galletti will be quoting another one. Santi Awuna will be quoting different, fees. So that is what is happening. But Nicolo Zaniolo is going to Atalanta. What is wrong with this guy? Because he was, an AS Roma player. He just came out from the AS Roma, squad, and then he was basically everywhere. A young gem, a young chap everywhere. But then I think his attitude on the field of play. That is why AS Roma sold him to Galatasaray, because you cannot move from AS Roma to Galatasaray. A young player like Nicolo Zaniolo, you shouldn't be doing that. But then his attitude sent him to Galatasaray, and then he came back on a loan to Aston Villa. He should have, stayed in Aston Villa. But then Aston Villa are now willing to, make the deal a permanent deal. So he's now going to Atalanta. I think it will be a very good deal for him. It will be a very good option for him. Nicolo Zaniolo to Atalanta. Atalanta are starting to pop up. They will be playing the Super Cup with Real Madrid next season. So Atalanta is a very, very, very good destination for Nicolo Zaniolo. Let's move to Edison Moraes. Edison, the goalkeeper of Manchester City. This guy is willing to leave Manchester City. I think he has done everything: the Champions League, the Premier Leagues, the Club World Cup, the Super Cup. He has done virtually everything. He's like 31-year-old, a Brazilian goalkeeper. He has done virtually everything for Manchester City. So I think it is time to cash out, bro. You are 31 years. It is time to cash out. The news coming out is that Al Nassr, the Saudi club, Al Nassr, they don't have a top goalkeeper. So of course they should have a top goalkeeper, because Al Ahly, they have Mendy, Al Hilal has Yassine Bono, and then I think Al Ittihad are also coming in for Kepa. So Al Nassr, you should get a goalkeeper. You have the players, but get a good goalkeeper who can save you in crucial moments. You saw what happened to Portugal, what Diego Costa did for Portugal. So Al Nassr are coming in for Edison Moraes. It is reported that his salary will be around 50 million euros. or $50 million, whichever way you look at it. 50 million salary for Ederson Moraes. Bro, go and cash out, because as we speak now, he's taking 5.5 million pounds in Manchester City now. I think it is too small. I think he didn't negotiate very well with the club, but 5.5 million, boom, to 50 million. That is a substantial amount of money. So Ederson Moraes, Al Nassr are in a negotiation with him. I think, Stefan Ortega will be the first goalkeeper for Manchester City. I think, if he wants to leave Manchester City, will not stand in his way. That is Manchester City. If you want to leave Manchester City, they ain't going to stand on your way. If you want to leave, you can leave. And that is why Ederson Moraes, I think he will leave Manchester City this particular summer. So Ederson Moraes to Saudi Arabia is also on. Let's move straight to Ricardo Calafiori, the Maldini Calafiori, the Paolo Ricardo Maldini Calafiori. Calafiori, it is a bit, a dicey situation right now, because, it is a poker game. If you play your poker, or if you put your cards right, you are going to get Ricardo Calafiori. Because now, as we speak, the relationship between Juventus and then Bologna are, it is not good right now. It is not good because of the Thiago Motta deal. Bologna feels that Juventus didn't go in the right way to sign Thiago Motta. They went in a wrong way to sign Thiago Motta. So that is what is happening. And that is why Bologna will not sell Ricardo Calafiori to Juventus. But the boy wants to move to Juventus. Juventus is his first option. But then Bologna are not ready to negotiate with Juventus for Ricardo Calafiori. So they are expecting a bid from abroad. That is the EPL. And then currently, as we speak, the two teams in a pole position for Ricardo Calafiori is Arsenal and then Chelsea. So Arsenal, Chelsea are in a pole position to sign Ricardo Calafiori. Generally, Ricardo Calafiori is a left back originally. He can play as a left back, or he's a left back. He can play as a left wing back, and then he can play as a left center back. He has been playing this particular Euros. They are out of the competition, but he played as a left center back, and everybody saw what Ricardo Calafiori could bring or can bring into a team. Very good player, very good on the ball, can progress the ball very well. He can play as a left back, a left center back, and then a left wing back. So he's a very, very, very good player. Ricardo Calafiori, 22-year-old Italian defender. But Chelsea and Arsenal are in a race to sign Ricardo Calafiori. Arsenal has taken the first step to sign Ricardo Calafiori. I think, according to Nicolo in Italy, he's an Italian journalist. Big shout out to Nicolo. He has reported that Arsenal has provided, or Arsenal has presented 3.5 million euros. I don't know whether it is a net or it is a gross, because it was not indicated. So 3.5 million euros salary to Ricardo Calafiori. That is Arsenal offer. And then they have presented their project, everything, to Ricardo Calafiori. Do I think when he goes to Arsenal, he will start? I don't think so. I don't think he will start as the center back, but then as a left back, maybe he will start as a left back in Arsenal. So Ricardo Calafiori, 3.5 million from Arsenal to him. And then according to reports, yesterday the report came out that he wants to move to Arsenal. He is willing to move to Arsenal. But today, according to BBC Sport, he is open to move to Chelsea or Arsenal. And then he's waiting for these two teams to have an agreement with Bologna. So he's ready to move to Arsenal or Chelsea. And then he has said it in an interview in 2020 that he would like to play in the Premier League. And then the two teams he would like to play in the Premier League is West Ham and then Chelsea. So there is a link there. There is a very, very good chance that Chelsea can get Ricardo Calafiori. But Bologna currently are demanded for 50 million euros. When it comes to pounds, it will be around 46 million pounds. That is the fee Bologna are looking forward to take for Ricardo Calafiori. And then, mind you, FC Basel has 50% sell-on clause in Ricardo Calafiori. So if you sell Ricardo Calafiori, FC Basel is going to receive a 50% of the money you are getting. That is some big money. That is some good deal from FC Basel. So that is what is happening. And that is why Bologna are demanding for a big money. Because if I am getting 50 million, I am paying FC Basel 25 million. How much am I going to get? How much? 25 million. It is nothing. It is nothing. So that is what is happening in Ricardo Calafiori. Chelsea are looking forward to attack the situation. I think from today to Friday to Saturday, Chelsea will send their bid for Ricardo Calafiori. I don't think personal terms will be a very, very, difficult task. But then the difficult task here will be Bologna. That is what is happening here. But then Chelsea are also looking forward to include players. The players, according to reports, BBC Sports, is that Malang Sarr, Trevor Chalobah, Cesare Casade, and then Datro Fafana can be included in a deal for Ricardo Calafiori. So Ricardo Calafiori to Arsenal or Chelsea is also on here. We'll bring you an update. If any at all, any updates come, we'll bring it to you here on this particular channel. So click on the subscribe button, put us on a post notification so that when we upload, you will be the first person to receive it. But Ricardo Calafiori to Chelsea and or Arsenal is also on. Paul Stanley, I beg you. I know I don't believe in what you are doing, but this particular deal, I beg you, do everything in your position to bring Ricardo Calafiori to the club, and then I will big you up, man. I will believe in you, But from Ricardo Calafiori, we are moving straight to Lucas Paqueta. Lucas Paqueta, the attacking midfielder for West Ham, the West London, the people, the Londoners, West Ham. Lucas Paqueta. There has been reports that Flamengo are looking forward to purchase Lucas Paqueta from West Ham to Flamengo. So from England back to Brazil. I don't know what in the blue world this means, but it looks like the links are very concrete from West Ham to Flamengo. Lucas Paqueta has, a betting issue that he has to solve with Premier League. So people are saying he's running away from the ban that he can get from Premier League. So hence why he's moving to Flamengo. But then today, the Flamengo people, the sporting directors, their negotiators are in London to negotiate for Lucas Paqueta to move from West Ham to Flamengo. So I don't know the kind of negotiation they will be having. I don't know whether it is going to be a permanent deal because it was bought on a substantial amount of money from Olympique Lyon to West Ham. So I don't know how it is going to be. But I propose it is going to be a loan deal. That is basically how I see it. But I don't know how he is going to cope with, because moving from West Ham, you should be going to Manchester City because he was linked to Manchester City. But from West Ham straight to Brazil, I don't think, it is always going to be the betting issue. Because if not for betting issue, I don't see any chance for Lucas Paqueta moving from West Ham to Flamengo. Moving from England to the trenches again, no. I don't see any reason why he should be doing that. But the betting issue is also there. It is another factor. Hence why he's moving from West Ham to Flamengo. But then the negotiations are concrete because they are negotiating. Let's see what happens in the next couple of days. But Lucas Paqueta from West Ham to Flamengo is also on. João Palhinha is going to be a new defensive midfielder for Bayern Munich. Yesterday, it was confirmed from Florian Plattenberg, I think 46 million plus add-ons, 46 million euros plus some add-ons, some key add-ons for, of course, Palhinha from Fulham to Bayern Munich. Palhinha, Bayern Munich are cooking. Big shout outs to Max Ebel. Big shout outs to all the people who have been cooking for Vincent Company. They know the coach they are having, so they are cooking for him. All the players they are basically giving him all the materials to succeed next season. They are looking forward to sell Matthias De Ligt and bring in Jonathan Tah. So they are cooking for Vincent Company. So that's what is happening there in the realms of Bayern Munich. Let's quickly move to Erik ten Hag. Erik ten Hag has signed a new deal at Manchester United. 2-year deal. The era man has signed 2-year deal at Manchester United. He will stay for another 2 years. And then yesterday, Dan Ashworth was confirmed by Manchester United to become the new sporting director for Manchester United. So Dan Ashworth is the new sporting director for Manchester United. Christopher Vevo is also the director for negotiations. So Christopher Vevo, this particular summer, he's on a short-term, deal. So this summer he will be negotiating for Manchester United in their transfer. So Christopher Vevo is in, Dan Ashworth is also in. Let's look at the Manchester United sporting structure. When you look at the sporting structure, the Enos people are not part because we are not focusing on the Enos people. But if you look at this particular sporting structure, Just look at it very well. They are assembling a very, very good sporting structure. That is exactly what they need. They need a sporting structure. When you look at the technical director, it is Jason Walcott. I think he came from Southampton. Jason Walcott will be the new technical director for Manchester United. Dan Ashworth is, on the other hand, the sporting director, the main sporting director for Manchester United. Dan Ashworth coming from Newcastle. And then we have Christopher Vivo. He was, on a leave, or basically he moved from Chelsea to, a sabbatical leave, and then he will become a new negotiator for Manchester United on a short-term base. So we have Dan Ashworth, we have Jason Walcott as the technical director, and then Christopher Vivo as the negotiator for Manchester United, and then the big man up there, Omar Berrada, coming in from Manchester City to become the CEO of Manchester United. When you come down, you have the head coach, which is Erik ten Hag, which he will not be having much say in the transfer, this particular summer. And then we have the assistant coach, Ruud van Nistelrooy, an assistant coach, and then Rene Henk from, I think, Go Ahead Eagles. So that is what is happening. So they are assembling a very good sporting structure for Manchester United. So ladies and gentlemen, this brings us to the end of the video. Click on the subscribe button, press the post notification bell. 1K subscribers. Massive shout outs to everybody who have been supporting this particular channel. This is Football Insights, and this is your transfer rundown. My name is Kobo. I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for your time, and peace.